You can hear. Yeah, I can hear. That was a mess. I don't know what happened. I knew before I went live that I could not hear, but um, I don't know. So I thought it was going to straighten up. And yeah, technical difficulties. So, how are you? Looking at something. This is nothing. Submit to Christ. Oh, okay. Well, all praises you're back. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Um, I just been sitting here. I was gonna come on here yesterday, but what happened? Oh, we had a huge storm come through, and it was thundering and lightning, and the lights, the power. We kept having power outages. So I just said that's all right. I just been sitting here trying to get peace of mind, and I know I said it would take me a week to recover, but I'm good. Just trying to get back into the groove. Your skin is flawless. The skin looks huge. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about that. Thank you. I moving in the heat. Oh my gosh, I got so sunburned. I'm about 3 shades red. I can see up here. It's all yellow. The rest of me is red. Yes, they are asleep. So that's why I was trying to set this up, and I thought epic fail. But yeah, they needed a nap. I'm sure probably in about 20 minutes. And just because I said that, they'll be up in 5 minutes. So, who all is here today? So you are all settling in well, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, I'm about as good as can be. The room looks so huge. It is huge. It is huge. I know I have some looky doos in here. Uh, I had posted on Instagram the other day with all the boxes. I wished I was I Dream a Genie so I could just genie up and have everything in its place. The struggle. But I just remember hearing a couple of moms, especially large family homeschool moms, moving. And I'm still hearing in current vlogs, oh, we're still looking for such and such books. And they've been in the garage in the boxes since last year. And I'm like, and then they're going to buy them again. And I said, that's not me. I cannot sit in boxes and chaos. I can't. If I wanted the stuff to sit in the boxes, I would have never brought it. So, hi, Mrs. Marvina. How are you? I'm glad that you joined me. You know, it's funny. I don't have, I was going to post a picture of this. I had taken a picture of this plate that we got, and my mom picked it up in Garmisch, and I still have that plate. That kind of one of our treasures that she brought back from Germany in her suitcase, and it was not, it wasn't broken. I still have it, and I think I was 10 when she brought that plate. So when I was packing up, I had to repack it because it was in a box that was very destroyed. I'm good, and I see you still have a lot to do, girl. Yeah, I'm not super. I'm super. The room is really done. It's just some boxes that need to go upstairs. I think there's maybe 2 boxes open that have stuff in it. No, one in front of me, and it's just little stuff. But the room is done. I'm not ready yet. You all will see it. I have to give you the grand tour. So, but yeah, I came in here and I think this morning, no, last night. You know how when you move and you start missing things. I almost made a list of missing things, and I had to stop myself because it would drive me crazy. I would then continue to, oh, I'm missing this, I'm missing this, and I was really only missing one thing: the McGruffy readers, and I knew which box they were in. They were in the box with the file folders, so those were missing too. But I didn't think about them until I thought about, okay, what did I pack them with? Then I started thinking about what else am I missing, and I just left it alone because I said I'm not opening up any more boxes. I'm tired. There can't be any more school stuff. If there is, I don't want to know about it. So I think I did okay though. I still have some of the things from Germany. Do you? Wow. Yeah, that was a treasured item. Oh, yeah, we had school yesterday through the storm, and we survived. Marvina says the kid did not break them yet. Well, hey, they didn't break them yet. Uh, yeah, I have some stuff. In addition to that plate, my mom went down to my great 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 grandmother in the country and brought back some pieces of um, china. I don't know what kind of china, but she brought them back with her, and I still have them. But she was telling me that that's what they grew up with. So, yeah, I have those things, and I just kind of keep them packed up. That's one of the boxes I'm not going to open. Submit to Christ says, I just put a lot of your curriculum videos in my watch later so we can make a choice regarding curriculum. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Let's see what I'm going to say about that. Hopefully they're helpful, but definitely, do what's right for you, what fits your family, and the kids. Nothing too overwhelming for them. It's not easy choosing the right fit. Mm-mm. First of all, just start with your state standards. What do you have to teach? Which subjects, and go from there. I know I'm pretty flexible, but some people say, for example, can't teach math, so they will choose a curriculum that is self-teaching, pretty much like teaching textbooks. So you kind of, you have to be able to teach it. If it's nothing, just open and go, you have to be able to teach it. So I never recommend starting with some hardcore curriculum. I've seen first time homeschoolers go for apology of science, and I'm like, really? Mm-mm. That's a lot to chew off. Submit to Christ says, I learn their learning types. One is kinesthetic and the other one is visual. Wow. Well, that's good. That's a good way to go. So kinesthetic, you need hands-on approach, especially in math, and that's easy. That's very easy to do. You can use a lot of manipulatives. Visual learners, you can give them a workbook. That's what visual is. Just give them a workbook. I mean, or worksheets, or give them a work text, not necessarily workbook, but they're just that easy to work with. That's how I am. I'm a visual learner. I just read it and I'm done. I got it. So, Smith says, yes, I'm looking for a simple approach. Yeah, that's where I am. Simple. Very simple. Yes, the only one that's visual loves workbooks. That's one that go with it. And she's going to be the easier one to school because once she learns how to read really well, you won't have to do too much with her. And that's how Tariq is. He's visual, but he's also kinesthetic, but his visual is stronger. Layla is kinesthetic, so it's taking me longer, and that's what I'm trying to um, sit down and think about now. I'm meditating. I really want to plan some stuff, but I have to meditate because I need a different approach this year. She is so, I'm not talking about my child, but she's so slow. It's going to, I can't, I'm not trying to schedule us, but I need to tighten up the routine. It's too loose. And that was my plan all along. Even though I said we can go, for 5 hours, or it could be, 8 o'clock at night. That's not my intention. I wanted to start them that way, but I need to get them on a more normal schedule, because then that cuts into my time for actually doing things. I still have to maintain everything around the home, and I cannot let school consume me, even though that's pretty much what I signed up for. But you all understand. Submit says, me too. I've been heavily thinking about how to rightly choose, and I don't want to make a wrong choice. I will be in prayer about this stuff. Yeah. So, pretty much the things that we have been doing are working, but like I said, just with her, it takes so much time. And that's mainly because she's still reluctant on the reading. And so I'm thinking, I know she can read. I need her to read, but I also had another one that would not pick up a book to save her soul. She read to do her schoolwork, but she wouldn't do anything else. This one won't even read the instructions by herself. So I'm not going to keep sitting next to you holding your hand. I need you to kind of do it. Are the education requirements different where you are now than where you were at, Rena? No, I didn't move out of state. So, same program, different location. It's with them. They are at a different they're at a different level, and my expectations are rising for them. Developmentally, they have progressed, so now they have to produce more and differently. So I have been thinking all along what I want to um, accomplish this year with them, and just pretty much how I'm going to go about that. And once I figure all that out, I will sit down and we'll have a conference and let them know that this is what is expected now versus before. And the same thing with Aaliyah. It's a whole different ball game. She's legally school age, so she has to actually work. Um, I'm just going to go back to um, the beginning of the year. Oh no, we had a lot of issues going on. I talked to you all, but we had a lot of issues going on like around November, and that kind of changed up a lot of what we were doing. And we just couldn't get back into it, even though we continued. Some things kind of sat on the back burner. So I need to get back on that schedule get back to planning, and I actually have my big organizer out because what I'm getting ready to do is um, go back to planning everybody on their own page. Everybody's going to have their own schedule. I was just looking at the past, let's see, turn this around, in here, the past, I don't know, it may have been 2 years ago, but the way I had it set up, it was working a lot better. What is this, 2017? This page says, I don't know what the rest of them are. April, this is 2016. But yeah, my weekly plan worked out. And this thing is heavy, I can't read. So that was a weekly plan with everybody. And then on the, let me see, yeah, I have everybody color coded for their assignments for the week. And I have to redo that because I'm less one child now. But this is how I did it. So everybody is going to have their page like that because all the other planners just are not working, trying to put everybody um, on there and figure out. And it was just, it's too much. And I'm not the type of person. My A-type personality, I need streamline. Says Marina says I was trying to keep my two on the schedule and it seemed like it took so long to finish. But if I let one start before, yes, that's usually what we do. I stagger them, and then the way our, um, I know we focus on one subject a day, but we really do a loop schedule. Yeah, I try to stagger everybody that way. Everybody gets their time. Like I said, with that one that's just so slow, I don't know if I should start with her or end with her. And then with that little one, she want to do school all day. So I have to tell her it's time to quit. School is out. She doesn't get that concept, no. She will go and get some books and sit down and read. Let's see another note. We're getting ready to. I couldn't wait to open the boxes. This is what we're getting ready to do. So, unit study, which is something that unit studies are easy. They can be short, they can be long, just whatever you make of it. So, this is the start of it. And I like it because it's broken up. It'll give you a picture. This is a cotton plantation. And then you get a story, life on the plantation. So, and we have a lot of books that we have read, so they already know. But this book right here is just, it's a good book just to teach from. So, and it kind of covers everything. And I like the pictures because they're black and white, and it just pulls them in and opens up their imagination. Kids look like them. Yeah, we've read some out of it before, but that is what I'm going to write in on some kind of plan, and I'll just pull in other books, and there's some movies that I want to use, so we'll be using those. What are you all doing for the summer? Summer school or starting school? Or I guess still raining out there. Anybody going on vacation? Hmm. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to remember if I think I have a picture. I did not um, think about this room. I did not vlog anything empty. I have a picture, but that's it. We just started bringing stuff in, and it was not. We at that point, at the unload point, we were just ready for the day to be over. I wasn't trying to vlog anything, so I will. When I do share, I'll put the picture in, and I think I vlogged once. I got some boxes in here. LOL, if I go on vacation, I'm coming over. I know I was going back to what you said about want to make a visit and sleep in the schoolroom. Yeah, everybody loves it here. They all want to come downstairs and hang out. I'm telling you, they tried to claim this room. That's what they wanted. They said, "Oh, this is our room," and I said, "No, I don't think so. It's your room. It's not your bedroom, but it's your room." And they told me, "Oh, we'll sleep on the floor." I said, "Okay, but it's not your bedroom." So, yep, it is pretty lovely in here. It's the first thing I noticed. Oh, I hear thunder. So if for any reason we lose connection, it's because we have power. They said it's supposed to rain for the whole week. But, yeah, they so wanted this room. They don't need all this room. I needed this room. And their bedroom is big enough. I was planning and some schooling, submit to Christ, so that's good. Let me tell you, I know a lot of people, back to this plan, but have a hard time keeping up. And that is because planning and the type of planner. has to do with your personality. I know I shared the happy planner, and I don't know, I have a teacher planner and actual school teacher planner. I have my organizer. I prefer the organizer, and that thing is old, and it's not even because it's reproducible. It's not made anymore, but it has a lot to do with your personality. It tells you what kind of planner and how to plan. Marvin says, I'm going to keep the babies in school until July to take the test, but then we will have some time off. My son is in California and bringing my grandsons for the summer. Oh, yay. That'll be fun. That'll be big fun. My vacation is right here. I want to go somewhere that I just talked to Jazz this morning. She's in New Orleans. They flew her and a couple of friends flew last night. Uh, Somebody's up for a business meeting. So he's crying for what? He wants me to teach him during the summer. Marvin, your grandson? That's good. I hear attitude. If I should get up or just sit here. Anyhow, let's see. You guys can only see half the room. I'm gonna get up and let you see the other half in a minute. Let me go see what's wrong. Tariq, what does it matter with you? Well, you could have asked that. That's it. Don't do that again, okay? It's on the table. Everybody else is on the table. Next time, don't do that. You come to me instead of whining. Everybody have everything they need. I'm going back to sleep. Next time, you just need to come to me and talk. All right. Let's see. Um, Samantha Christ says, if so, do you get to choose? Wait a minute. She says, Marlene, your state has standard testing. If so, do you get to choose the test or do they provide it for you? Coach, it's come together pretty nicely. Thank you, Samantha Christ. Yes, I have to do one at the end of the year. Is Marvina. Okay, do you choose the test like the past or the cat test? Says submit. Marvina says they let you choose, but you have to pay $40 for each child. And that's cheap. Yeah, that is cheap. Um, I know a lot of them start upward like $80, and then it's more than one test. Marvina, oh, that's not bad at all. It's a blessing to teach your grandchildren. Yes. So I have to move out of the way so you guys can get a look. You can see that side. Let me get up so you can kind of see what's going on. And I'll turn it to the other side. Hi, Mimi. How are you? So on the other side of the room is the bathroom and the laundry room. And the kitchen is the open space on the right. That goes to this room is on one side of the house. That's the reason why I like it. The other rooms on the other, way on the other side of the house. All right. But the way I set it up this time is pretty cool. Let's see. I can't. What side did you guys see? I mean, you saw that side. I'm going the wrong direction. I'm going to turn it this way. There we go. So I will share that that shelf was my pantry. So I have a lot of extra storage now. So I could not wait to use that shelf and some more things because I knew once I saw this room, it was just going to be amazing. And I just, like I said, opened up boxes and went to work. Just fit. You guys can see the table. There's the table. Under the table, they have baskets. Those were what I was using for, yes, yay for the storage, for my bathroom, and I don't need them anymore. So those hold their daily, well, their curriculum. All of their work texts are in those baskets. So they just pull them out and get whatever they need. And yeah, so, but I'm just, the book storage, that's what I was happy about because the way I organize it on my side, I have room for the binders. I have a shelf for myself, my personal books. I did switch some books, some of the different genre from the little bookshelf to that one. And then like the curriculum, teachers manuals and stuff, I switched it because it used to be on the white shelf behind me. It's over there. So everything else is like they don't have to come up here. The only thing I haven't done is set up their computer, and that's because they only do ABC Mouse on it, and right now that's not our focus. But I have a big open space right here in front of me, and there's a window in front of me. But I'm going to put their other table here, and the computer. That way somebody can actually sit next to me and they can work there or they can use the computer. So, but yeah, it's a lot of space. Oh, and I'm not going to open the curtain. There's something back there. I will, once I do the finish cleaning up, because there's a couple things stacked up that shouldn't be. Stuff that's just taken out and put somewhere. I will, I'll show that. But, for the most part, everything is where it should be. And I think the walls are going to stay like this. I'm good. I just like um, the clean lines. I have maybe one or two things that might go up. So, yay for storage. Submit to Christ. It's MM7. Wow, you have a lot of space. Mimi says, Submit, we are all doing well. Thanks for asking. We're on break right now, gearing up for next week. How are you and your family? Mimi says, Where are you exactly? Sorry if you already said it. Were you asking me where I am, Mimi? Submit to Christ says that Mimi, we are well. I'm just doing a lot of research on curriculum. Yeah, I did not. Yes, me. I didn't move out of state. Not yet. You know, we plan, we can plan again, but the Most High orders our steps. And, you know, even though I was making that transition, um, things happen. Things happen. You know, circumstance beyond our control. So, yeah, it was just by the grace because I didn't really know what was going to happen. You know, once my brother was in an accident and my dad said, I can't do anything right now, I had no idea because we didn't know. I had to hurry up and find something. So I'm just grateful to have been able to find this and make it happen the way I did because we may have been, I don't know, the planning page that you showed. Did you make it yourself? No, I didn't. This, I'm not supposed to. I probably can. I can make copies, but I'm not really supposed to. This is a. It's in this. This is old, like from. I had this from the big kids, and I think it's. Let me just open. Greg and Sono Harris. Publication is I want to say 90 something. His wife, it's a husband and wife. His wife passed away years ago. Um, but it's a whole organization, and I need to share this because I shared it on Instagram a while ago, and somebody actually found one. I've seen them on Amazon as high as $100. You may find one in a thrift store or something, 1994. So yeah, my original deal. But if you run across one, get it, even if it's not complete. But what it is, I see a lot of bloggers, even yeah, just bloggers mainly, that will share homeschool planning pages. This is like the ultimate organizer. It has everything: planning, record keeping. In here, you get a reading list, and the I don't know if you can tell, but it's blue. These are the reproducible pages. Really? So here's the pages I have copied. So I can use this thing forever. I've been using it forever. But I just go through and keep reprinting what I need. The blue ones are the master, and it's just a lot of paper, but this is what is on it. And then along the side, there's this says weekly planning, weekly lesson plan. This is part A. Part B, there's a key that you can use for art, for business, for geography. It's just abbreviations. Other activities you can add in, and just little things you can add in there. You don't have to write a whole lot in there. This is just at a week at a glance. And then, like I said, the master sheet, the assignment sheet is what all the kids' individual assignments are going on. So they will actually have each one of them have one of those, and I just print them up whenever I need them. And then you get a repeating weekly schedule, and let's see what else is in here. It's so handy because anything that you could think of that you would need if you need attendance, grades, you have a notes and ideas page. You have a goals and evaluation, a record of discipline in here. Here's a note where you can write your date and everything. Um, and I like the record of discipline. You get your date, time, offense, or incident, the disciplinary action taken. And then it says at the top, for those whom the Lord loves, he disciplines. So, biblical based. And he has written some books, so you can look him up. You get a record of faithfulness. You get curricula and resources. So you can write down all your the subject, textbook, author, publisher, supplier, address. If you need you write down the price. Um, if you need the test, the quizzes, the answer keys, the workbooks, just everything. The date you ordered it, the date you received it. So basic records. Because I'm a detail keeper, this really is like it. I can't find anything else like it. And then here's my master sheet. And then here and here also is a borrow record. So I use this a lot for when they take books off the shelf, because a lot of times I'll find books on the table or in another room and nobody knows who took it. And there's a daily checklist for the kids. Personal care, brush, floss teeth, clean the bathroom, hang your towel up, put your toothbrush away. Personal hygiene, okay? It's teaching diligence, household help, and then you can score it. Bonus for good attitude. This is for everybody. So if I had 10 kids homeschooling at one time, I can use it for all 10 because I can copy as many pages as I want. So it's highly expandable, or you can just use it for one. You can take out your masters and put them somewhere else. And obviously, if you don't have but a couple kids, it wouldn't be this thick. You get a written assignment, subject topic, your research page, and then you get an outline so they can outline whatever they were reading. And then you have a section called Teaching Helps, your recreation planner, so field trips. And you get the occasion, the description, the activity, the directions. You want to write down that you need to bring food, how much it costs, that type of thing. And I think what else is in here? There's a whole lot of other stuff. You get personal family Bible study records. You get a sermon record. And you get a special occasion planning sheet. And then there's a checklist. So you have an event. You have a checklist for invitations, food, beverages, decorations, stories, whatever equipment or whatever you need. And then you get checklist for food and serving. You get a hospitality evangelism planning record. So a lot of this is, on the mom side. But, trying to think, I know how I have used that. You get a support group record, therapies and things like that. That's a good place for that. Or if you do a co-op, and then you get pretty much a phone book, which nobody uses anymore, but I do. I like to write numbers and things now for people because, we're so electronically leashed, can't remember the numbers. Um, let's see, Directory of Influence, and it's Psalm 127:1. Newspaper editors, electronic media, church leaders, political party leaders. Oh, pretty much a directory of watchmen, and also there's a meal planner in here. Probably might have taken that one out. Civil influence service project. So if you do, let's see, I talked about nursing home visits and things like that, or if you do anything like volunteering, Meals on Wheels or something like that, that's what that's for. Yeah, I must have skipped my meal planner, but I have a meal planner in here. And then you get a personal study record, so things that I study, and then the verse is Psalm 111:2. Any books, magazines, or videos or anything like that that can go here. And I use it for things like when we do our unit studies, because a lot of it is from a book and then a day is from watching a video or something. So that's what I use these for. And then you get a babysitting instructions page. And what else is in here? Let's say it's just so much. I think that's it. Yeah, working out. So it's an all-in-one, record keeper. So if you ever needed to, we're in a state that we don't need records, but if we did, this is what I would do. Just take that because everything is right there. But that is where I put my old lesson plan. All my lesson plans get transferred into there, and it stays there. So everything that we will do forever will be in that binder. I'm not saving any work. That has a lot of information. I just found it on Amazon. Reviews $29.89. Yes, mommy. Yes, yes. I have seen them. Like I said, on Amazon. 29. Good. I think that's probably what that person that found it when I shared it on Instagram. And I think the issue is the shipping. It's heavy. It is. You're gonna pay a lot, but if you're looking at any, there's not a planner like that. Even an Erin Condren planner is not like that. Other than something that somebody's created and shared it on their blog, and you still have to purchase it, print it, bind it, or put it in something. It costs just as much. And then a lot of times you're not getting the reproducible pages. You're just getting, they may be blank, but um, you can't keep using them like these. I've been using forever. So that's it. Technically, I can't really give them away, but I could. It's called The Homeschool Organizer by Greg and Sono Harris. And he used to speak at a lot of homeschool conventions. So I'm sure it took him quite a long time to, just trial and error using different plans and things. And, back then there were not, lesson plans like today. So that's what he had to do, come up with something. Him and his wife made that. Yep, it sits on my shelf. So lots and lots of room. And trying to think what else about this room. A couple of windows. You can see one window right there. Like I said, the other one is in front of me. So nice and bright. Submit to courses. Oh, okay, very nice. Do you do unit studies? Yes, we do unit studies. Our geography is unit study based. And that we started on Texas. And so we're going to, I'm not going to say finish, we're going to keep going because Texas is something that we have to, Texas history is something that we're supposed to cover, and that's elementary through high school. So that's a non-ending unit study. It's just every year is something different. A couple of different people that are supposed to be added. So we started with Tommy DePaula. You guys see the legend of the Blue Bonnets, and we talked about the Alamo, and then we went to the Alamo, and we'll be going back to the Alamo. So that type of thing, we take our time on that. But teaching from the last safe house when they hit the Underground Railroad states. So when I figure it out, if you all want to join, I will open it up and you all can join that unit study. And it's not going to be anything too difficult. They're just learning the states. They're learning whatever facts, the flag, they'll color a flag. They'll learn the animal. Um, I will find some kid-friendly videos or video for them to watch about that state or that particular topic or somebody in that state. And then we move on. And by that time, they've learned it. And usually, we were doing we started with the countries. We were doing 2 countries. We're still doing it. But 2 countries a week. And I just crossed over from the countries. We're not finished with the countries. I crossed over from the countries to the states because I figure if we don't start the states, we won't be finished with the countries for probably another the end of the year, and it'll be that long before we get into the states. And there's a lot of things that we're covering that have to do with the states, so I had to just throw it in. But we'll cover a country a week rather than doing 2. And there's also cooking. So things that we cook. What do we have in Texas? I have no idea. Barbecue. Uh, Native Texas food. Chili. I'm trying to think of something that's not, uh, that we haven't tried. That is synonymous in Texas. So that'll be our little cooking and science part of that unit study. That falls under social studies. Yeah, with I'll have to look up there. Galloping the Globe. Galloping the Globe is a geography. I'm looking for it. It's a geography curriculum, but it has every subject in it. Yeah, I had to, because I have my older one, I had to include him in the geography part. I wanted to make it fun. So that's the reason why I chose Galloping Globe. And a lot of large families use this. Like I said, I didn't know that this was part of my father's world curriculum. I didn't know that until after I had already started using it. I don't know, for some reason, I just, because I wasn't looking for it. But on Facebook, there's a whole, I think there's 2 pages, and people share from their meals to their crafts that they do. It's really neat. I just look at this stuff. I don't really follow it because a lot of things that we're doing are reminiscent from my older kids. Like for, uh, I don't know, what did I say we were going to do? We didn't do it yet. We built a panda for China for one of my girls using styrofoam balls and all kind of stuff. It's really cute. That thing lasted forever, and it finally broke. But hold on. Somebody out my window. Look who that is. Okay. Somebody driving by. Oh, and what else did we do? We built totem pole, and that's something that we won't be doing for probably another 2 years. So that's why I said the this type of unit study, you build on it. This is the stuff that goes. Matter of fact, I still have stuff I need to put in there. Um, it goes into their notebooks, their interactive notebooks. So, of course, we're past Russia and Great Britain, and I can't remember which country we're in, but yeah, it's India. There's different stuff that we do. That's the reason why it takes every year they're going to learn something different about that country. So I leave enough space. Like here, they didn't write the population in. I have something else that I use, so I don't even use that. I think that is that's the one that comes in the book, and you get all of the printable things. If you get the one, there's a new version that comes with the CD, and it'll have all the printables. But if not, if you get an older version, it's fine. You get all the printables in it, but you get it's K through 4th grade. But again, I used it for middle school. You get geography, Bible, history, science, literature, maps and flags, reproducibles, recipes, puzzles, games, and activities. That is what's in here, and it will give you let me see, for Paris. Language arts says choose, write a report on the Eiffel Tower. And then another activity is have a child make a poster of artists that have works in the Louvre in Paris. Use the matchbook pattern in the big book of books and activities, page 31. Then mount them on the poster board. For added practice, have the child list the artists in alphabetical order. So there, in each subject, there are a couple little tick boxes you can check off. You don't have to do everything in here. All the books, I don't use all the books, just the books we have. In a few minutes. In a few minutes. So, and like Paris, I think we have Madeline, and that was a suggestion. Little Red Riding Hood, we have that one too. The Glorious Flight, we have. So a lot of them we have. And then activities, color and label the map, plant a tree, make chocolate truffles, and it gives you the recipe for that. Make a French meal. And so that's why I said on that on those Facebook groups you get to see all the meals that the families do. So do you have to choose a different country for each subject? Okay, every country has the same subjects. Every country. And I will have to share after this the actual video I did on this because I went into detail. Like, okay, here's Germany. History and biographies. They're going to learn about Beethoven, Gutenberg, Albert Einstein, Bach, Brahms, and Handel. So they're listening to music. It gives you references to use, stories, literature, Goldilocks. Let's see. Trying to think of something different. Okay, castles. We have a book on castles, and I was able to share the castles, especially the ones that I went to personally. So that was a lot of fun. But each country covers all of the subjects. So I wouldn't say you would do this. This will be a standalone curriculum. It's just entertaining. There's nothing that you can really um, do on its own and say you're homeschooling, but it does cover different things. And like I said, we did 2 countries a week, but you could definitely take your time. I think part of their notebooks. I started out with currency in the beginning, and I think it starts from. I want to say we started in Asia. Yeah, we started in Asia, and I started putting in the currency. But then I decided to wait until this year because I want them to be able to count. So they'll keep adding details as the years go on. We may still use the same notebooks for the next couple of years. And then we'll see how their writing has changed and how their thoughts have changed. They may find some other new fact that they want to add to those notebooks. So that's the cool thing about using a notebook and a unit study. You learn something new. We didn't start out in African American studies learning about slavery and plantations. You just introduce them to books with children that look like them. Okay, just gentle books. And then as time progresses and they mature, you start introducing more and more things as you know they can handle it. And then this is the United States version. So same thing. And you get your on and share this in the back. So same thing. And you really don't have to put the stuff in a notebook. That's just something I chose to do because after you print it all up, who wants to throw everything away? So with the activities, they're going to color the map, label the map of the United States with the Grand Canyon and the desert. This is Arizona. Um, it tells them to prepare a meal to eat. They're going to learn how to plant desert plants. They're going to make Navajo fry bread. So for somebody that needs a self-teaching, there's no one way to do this. You can start with the cooking first, but everything is included in here. So that is the reason why I recommend it. The other stuff that I throw in, like if we're watching something, I know a lot of people have the scrambled states of America. That's another good way to teach states. So if we're doing that, that's something I just throw in addition to this. I am encouraging my child when she goes places like now. I had to remind her, send me some stuff from New Orleans, from the hotels, the travel brochures and stuff like that. So if you go places, or you can actually write the what do you call it? The state information bureaus. Get that stuff sent to you. Let's see. Submit to Christ is okay because I'm looking for something where everything is included due to finances. I saw some like Alpha and Omega Life Pack. No, no long Life Pack. Um, no, unit studies are great because you can do a unit study however you want to do it. There's no, it's not a cookie cutter. You can do a unit study or a mini unit study in a day and just spend the day doing that. But if we spend a day, when we do this, we're not doing, depending on the time of the year and what we're actually doing, we may only do the unit study for a day. We won't do any math. We won't do any reading. We won't do any um, language arts or anything because we're getting it all in here. So the videos I choose for them, I try to keep them under like half an hour, and that way they won't lose their focus. And the coloring pages are not really long. It's just something they can color. They can do it while I'm reading something to them or just in their downtime. In a few minutes. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, that is what is included in the. I want to say they put it in the first grade, My Father's World curriculum, and it makes sense. I think the books are, I want to say $34.95 retail, but you can find them used, and just make your copies from there, or use the CD if you find the one with the CD. But like I said, there's no difference really. It's just a matter of print. You still have to print, or you can take it to Office Max or Staples, and they can do the print work for you. Uh, it's mandatory. I teach them about eight. I heard about my father's world. No, I don't. I don't particularly use my father's world. A couple of things, like I said, a couple of things I picked before I started. I was not looking for a box curriculum at all. I was not looking into it. I heard about it, but I never really looked for it because it wasn't my cup of tea. And I wrote down some books and said binder. Oh yeah, my old homeschool binder. Come to find out, when I started looking at the box curriculum, I looked at that one because I thought maybe it would be a good fit. It had a lot of the books I had already purchased and started using. So that's what I like. But, I heard good things about My Father's World, and I'm not into a box curriculum. I can pick and choose. Some of the stuff I like, some of the stuff I don't. So, that was okay. And you can definitely benefit from doing some unit studies. That right there can give you an hour of, downtime. I'm pretty sure we haven't gotten to Hawaii, but volcanoes, and we've done so many volcanoes. We have another one I have been saving. I haven't opened it. It's a glow in the dark one. I found it at Goodwill about 3 years ago. And so when we get to Hawaii, we'll probably do that one. But yeah, a lot of this stuff we did before. I remember when the kids were in school, we did the. It also gives you the recipe for. That's what I was getting ready to say. Um, Making, and we'll do it because we did it with the older kids. It was fun. Making the plaster of different states. When Jazz was in fifth grade, she had to make a plaster. Now she was in school then, but she had to make a plaster of states, and her state was North Carolina. That was so funny. I remind her of that today. I'm like, who knew, you know? But it was hard to make that state, and I don't know what we did, but we got it. But it gives you the actual dough recipe. You use salt dough, and that's really fun. And I have the paint and everything. We just haven't gotten there yet. But some people really get into it, and they make a little miniature United States, and go state by state. It's like ceramics, and then put it all together. So that can be really cool to do this. You know what I did? Let me show you. Let me go back to some more of these little activities. Okay, because I don't think I really shared too much of this in the video. But okay, to find the two that are exactly alike. So that's why it's geared for that age level, because they're doing little simple activities. And this is Africa, the Bible, missionary stories with the Millers, the lion, the verses, Proverbs 28:1, Psalm 17:12, Daniel 6, the 8 talks about Second Chronicles 9:21, the ostrich. So they actually do learn quite a bit just from here. I can say that myself. And then part of this is our reading around the world, and I share that also. I found a bunch of books that pretty much cover every country. We have at least one book that is from each country of the world. And so when we get to that, we'll read that. So we're reading, that's what I came up with, reading around the world. And That's from the Globe curriculum. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's from the Gallup and Globe. And so the little activities in there, in both of them, they're designed for everybody. And like for older kid, you can even though it says to fourth grade, you can have them. If they can do notebooks too, they can use interactive notebooks. But you can have them write a. We do a country report, and I share that in their interactive notebook video, so they can write a more in-depth report. So it could actually work for high schoolers. And I know, what is this one? Um, Homeschool Creation. She actually has a older child. One of her kids is like a couple years older than the other one, and she used it. They still use it. See, what frustrates me is that I have to report so many things to them, and it has to be approved by the Department of Education. I really don't have the freedom, excuse me, to teach what I feel is right for them. Well, like I said, we have certain things that we're supposed to teach too. I touch them and then I keep moving. Anyway, if anybody ever questions them, but I don't focus on it. The subject wise, we do. It's just certain aspects of the subject. Mhm. So, yeah, I definitely understand what you are saying. Uh, but yeah, they have to prove it. Hmm. And so, do they give you a list to go by as far as what they approve of? Hmm. Ugh, I'm trying to wake my foot up. But you don't have to submit anything. No, I don't have to do the letter of intent. Mm-mm. Nope. Like I said, if somebody ever comes and questions, and we dealt with that, I'm able to say, this is what they've done. And nobody ever walked away satisfied. They were surprised or unsatisfied. Submit says that's why I really want to move, excuse me, out of the belly of the beast. Homeschool regulation is crazy. Yeah, I know a lot of parents have to keep track of certain things, and a lot of times they just spend like a month, or no, not a month, a day out of each month getting together their samples, stuff that they have to actually take, and the rest of it they're teaching them what they want to teach them. But for paperwork's sake, they make sure every month they have certain things that the kids have done. Yes, they tell me to send them the books and everything that I'm using to them. I have to send a report. Wow. Oh, yeah, you want to make sure that you are selecting decent, meaty things. But yeah, that's definitely Caliphate and Canter in the Country are definitely a good thing for your buck. There's a lot of ideas in those books. And you can also go to the library and check the books out. If they tell you to, you have a Bible, you go buy food, but the books, you don't have to actually own them. Go to the library and check them out. And yeah, I say just make sure whatever curriculum you choose, that's just don't be a slave to it. Just let it be a tool. Make sure that you can teach from it, because some stuff is very complicated and it's not what you think, and you spend more time trying to figure out how to teach it than actually use it. You see, does anybody else here live in a state where they have to report? And what do you use? What do you report? And for those of you that are watching the video, leave in the comments, because that may be helpful for somebody else. So that's why I'm doing a lot of research. Do your research. HSLDA is the best place to start on the research. Yeah, I need to get into that because somebody actually asked me that question. I had to comment. Excuse me. I guess I must be tired. I don't be on this much in my life. But she asked me because, everybody in Texas is pretty much in the same position. And even though we don't have to record anything, we don't have to keep any records. Everybody wants to know. And I've been trying to find somebody to link up with for a while so that we can, particularly somebody that vlogs already, so we can, get some information out there for Texas homeschoolers, especially. She wants information like on planning and, record keeping and, especially for the high school kids, what do you do with them and stuff like that. So I have to sit down and just get all of it out so I can answer her questions. We were speaking about that last night, HSLDA. Yeah, they called me the other day. It was funny. Like looking at the caller ID, it was like HSLDA. Okay. Yeah. Good place to start. Mimi says, I do. So you're in Maryland. What do you have to report, Mimi? Oh yeah, you did tell me that in your conversation. So you already. Hi, Wendy. You already did your submissions. Um, Submit the crisis at Mimi. Are you in a red state? Again, Wendy says, hello. I am mostly listening today while getting dinner ready. Oh, nice of you to join us. What are you having for dinner, Wendy? Mimi says, I have to have samples of each subject at about 3 or 4 months worth. hmm And so, like, if I did have to report, a good thing that I would take would be their interactive notebooks because that's a lot of work right there. They have, to do the writing, they have to do the research and stuff like that. And it's different subjects. So I would just grab notebooks and go. Months. Yeah, that's what I said. I thought you meant months. 3 or 4 months worth. The only thing I don't do is date the stuff. But of course, you have to date your stuff. So I have enough with the videos and the blogs. I have enough um, documentation. That's what I'm trying to get out. Listening to her holler. What is a red state submit? Wendy says, or submit says, Wendy, hey dear, how are you? Wendy says, good, thank you. I hope you are all doing good as well. And she's asking me, Wendy says, what is a red state? I think that's a state you have to report to. Mm-hmm. Mm, 40. Uh-oh. Really crying again. I know some states make you report quarterly, and some it's just you just submit your intent, and then at the end of the year, you give them records. Wendy says, I submit, do you live in Canada? Because it is indeed quite hard to homeschool in certain parts of Canada. No, it's not in Canada. And it says, according to the half a website, the red states are high. Regulations yellow. Some regulations. Okay. Yeah. She's on the HSLDA website. Um, Wendy or Smith says that Wendy, no ma'am. The beast of the belly. New York. Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it's New York. I said the beast of the belly or the belly of the beast. Belly of the beast. I said the beast of the belly. I'm tired. Mm. Well, I'm just curious. What happens if they don't approve of what you select? Then what? Yes, it has to be dated. Yeah, you have to date everything on the page. And that's something I don't do, even though I should. But, um, well, most of the time I make them do it. I take that back. In their notebooks, they're not dated pages, but on their pages of their actual daily work, it is dated. I know a lot of times when I'm vlogging, I will write the date while I'm vlogging. He says I used to take everything, but they kindly told me to bring samples this year. I don't blame you with all those children. Definitely. So I would just pick out some of the best things. Mom, in a minute, can we have some more share with Layla? We'll see. I share with Layla to get my belly. Say hello. Say, say hello. Hello. You took a nap? Say welcome. Welcome. To our new room. You showing everybody your new room? Yeah. You like it? Yeah. Be careful. I was not about to slip. You was gonna about to. She's always gonna about to do something. I'm about to slip again. Well, don't gonna about to slip. Okay. You gonna about to stand up. I don't know where she got that from. Stand up. I see you later. Sausage. You need to have a seat. That's what needs to happen. It says, I guess I would have to move if they don't approve. Take it and go sit. Go sit. You're welcome. Go sit. Yeah. No, like I said, I would just sample up, something to like, if your child is in public school and they have open house. The teachers are. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell them they said, huh? The teachers have the kids make, a couple neat little things, some samples of their work. That's what you're doing. Stuff to put on display. I know off topic that I heard you ask someone. Yeah, I did. I asked Wendy what she was cooking. We're having chicken salad sandwiches and chips or carrots. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. chicken salad. I have some tuna in there. I think I might do that. Thank you. I didn't go fix the kitchen. I have not unpacked the kitchen. I cleaned out all the cabinets and things like that. You know, stuff is clean, but you always like to go over, disinfect everything. So I need to pull out all of the groceries that need to go in the cabinets. Yeah, that sounds good. A sandwich. We love sandwich night. Yeah, something quick and simple. This little girl gonna come in here and say I ate her stuff. So I'm sitting here reading when I just ate. Something I shouldn't be, but mm, it's no sugar in it. I'm good. Beef sticks. Hi, babies. I'm gonna have to tell them they got the beef stick and took off. Smith says, okay, baby, I need the recipe for that. Yeah. Jazz up your chicken salad. And maybe never mind. I reread your comment. Boy, I can do chicken salad. See, stuff like that, chicken salad, tuna salad, and you can make that up in batches. And lunch will already be made, and dinner will already be made. Or you can make a couple different batches if you want to add pasta to it. Always try to shortcut in the kitchen. You know, make the main thing and then you add whatever later, whether it's a sandwich or a wrap or you turn it into a pasta salad. So that's what I need to do. Get on a plan. I need to get on the meal plan now that I have paper and pens out again. I've just been wanting to write stuff. So I need to do that. I need to get a meal plan going. They don't keep the samples. They just want to see them. Yep, I need to get a meal plan going so that I can really get my plan going. I want to, like I said, I need to fine tune some things this year, and that includes the meal planning. And because you guys know me, sometime at 6 o'clock, and I have not a clue. Not that I can't go make something in a few minutes, but sometimes it's just whatever we have a taste for. But I need to be better prepared because sometimes I will plan something in my head, and then when it comes to dinner, I forget what I was going to make. Um, yeah, and then every night is sandwich night. So I need to get better with the meal plan. Submit to Christ. Is that Mimi? When you first homeschooled, did they keep the information or just look through it? What do you say to keep up with the regulations? It's easy. a lot of work, etc. Yeah, they just look through it. They don't take it. Usually everybody, they'll tell you to put it in a binder or a folder that you can easily, like a portfolio is what it is. You can easily turn the pages. And that's it. And yeah, we're going to have to, want you all to think up some of your favorite or your go-to recipes. And we're going to, probably on one of our Sunday chats, it may be Sunday, we will swap these recipes. Okay, so we can get our meal plans going for the new school year because we want to have this done before we start buying school supplies next month. And I say next month because tomorrow is June, and July is when everything rolls out. So we want to have our meal plan together. Yeah, she can have this, and we want to. Is she up? Oh, well, when she wakes up, we want to use our meal plan a little bit before school starts, so that we can see how much time it takes to actually be in the kitchen and prep and all of that. You guys think that's a good idea, or is that too much? I don't know. You all know me. I'm full of ideas. Let's see. Yes. Okay, there's no more. Mimi says that submit. They never kept it, only looked through it. It's easy because the things you teach anyway. It's the things you teach anyway. Mimi says this year I told them I do certain things in quarters and they were fine with that. Submit says, oh, Mimi, okay, if you don't mind sharing, which curriculum did you use? Did they approve it? MM7 says, yes, ma'am, I do want to start meal planning so it can be a little easier. Okay, that's good. I have ideas, and I don't know if that's what you all um, like, but like I said, that's what the the vlogs and things are about. Give you all tips and things, the meal recipes and things like that, and hopefully you all take those things and incorporate them into your meal plan. What's the matter, Zon? What's the matter? Mimi says yes, portfolio. Submit says, Mimi, okay, I'm going to do more research. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I just want to choose the right thing. Yeah. What's the matter, Zon? Come here. Oh, you don't want to come in here. Yeah, I will find out exactly what they want as far as curriculum and go from there. All right, and we are rounding up the 2 hour mark, and that is pretty much what I intended today. He says I'm driving right now, but I don't mind sharing what I use later. Yes, be safe driving, definitely. Yeah, like I said, probably Sunday we'll come in with some. It'll be meal planning. I meal planned yesterday. Ooh, yay for you! You rock. Yeah, I need to get it down and get the recipes because I don't really write stuff down. What's the matter? Hmm. Oh my, cool baby. Who ate your chips? Tariq and Layla. They're in trouble. Ooh. Oh, you're not trying to get up here because you just making me stretch. That was a lot. That's a lot. It is. Everyone says they told you hello. Okay, I'll get you some. Okay, it was a nice chat today. Thank you for coming on. Yes. Would you like to say, talk to you next time? Hmm. Maybe she'll share. I have to get her to share when I do share the room. She has her own shelf, and I need to share the stuff I'm using with her, but nothing blue. But she has a on my tall bookshelf. She has her own shelf, so she's been loving that, being able to go to her shelf and certain things up there. And that's how I'm going to teach her this year. Hmm. You think she's still a little bothered though? She wants the first grade math book, and she's not budging. All right. I want to say. Oh, all right. I'm gonna see you all on Sunday. Good evening. Okay, ladies. Submit says, okay, ladies, we will talk soon. God willing, as the scripture says, let all things be done in order. I forgot the scripture though. Yes. So, God willing on Sunday. Shalom. Yes, shalom. You were so silly. What do you see? All right, let's push this right here. All right.